Right here I'm talking with Austin and Marcus Bessa from the Lego BrickHeadz team. So good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
And meet you again, Marcus.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
So we've met in Scareback last year, and by then we didn't know anything about Lego BrickHeadz, but I guess you did. When did you start the process of this new theme?
It actually was, the whole project started with Austin. My involvement started around the time we met. I was starting to touch on a little bit of BrickHeadz by then, where we were planning what was coming after the first launch, which is this one. But about this one, I think Austin can give you a bit more of an insight of how it actually all started.
Please go ahead.
So basically with the BrickHeadz, I mean, it was just a fan kind of thing that I did on the side. Originated from me just making a simple elephant and giving it to a friend. And then it kind of exploded. I started making multiple versions of my coworkers. I started to make more and more of these, and then it started to be picked up and be noticed by a couple of people. Matt Ashton sat next to me at that time, and he told me to present it as a possible idea as a product. So I got a lot of other designers to help out. They pitched in their work, and we got it through. So it went from one little elephant to 300 different versions of that, basically. From there, it came into a Comic-Con exclusive, and then it became the first wave, which was me, Biaga, Nick Rose, and a few other designers that we pulled in from the side to help out. And from that, we started launching with Marvel, DC, and Disney-related objects. It's definitely been an interesting experience to see something that I made just as a fan kind of thing explode into an actual production.
It's amazing to see, and I think I read the article on BrickSet, and everything started with this elephant, which was a present, right, for a colleague of yours.
Yeah, it was Austin's creation for a friend of,
yeah, it was for another designer and coworker friend, Toby Brown. She's a giant fan of elephants, so one summer I just came in to build for fun. I come from the Lego fan community, so I enjoy building, and I just simply made a small little elephant toy for her. And from that, I just enjoyed the style and actually just building that, so I just replicated this style and kept making different co-workers based off of that.
So there's one important question. Is this an Asian elephant or an African elephant? I would guess an African, right?
No, it's Danish.
Yeah, Danish elephant. Well, if we're going to judge from the ear size, it's probably an Asian elephant then. It doesn't have the huge giant ears.
Okay. Then we have many different characters, and I know that you're a big superheroes fan. You told me this way that you, but I think from the beginning you're more into Marvel, right? Am I right, or was it DC?
No, yeah, well, I cannot show preferences. I gotta keep it, yeah.
Just with three.
But I do love both of them, and I have some preferences in regards of some different characters, but both from Marvel and DC. I love Spider-Man from Marvel. I really like Batman from DC, and there's a whole other bunch of characters that I also like.
I've built 6 of those in BrickHeadz, and for me, when we saw the Lego Batman movie, BrickHeadz, I think my favorite one is the Joker, because of all the hair. It looks very similar like my hair, not just in green. So this is really cool. Do you have a favorite, you both, of those 4?
Yeah, I have, out of the Lego Batman movie?
Yes.
Oh, then my favorite out of those 4 is Robin. Because I really like the spectacles, the glasses. I think it just makes him an extra layer of adorable and cute.
Okay, what about you?
Mine would have to be Joker. I also love the build. Pablo was the one that designed the hair for him, and he just did a fantastic job on it.
So, and I've also built the 2 guys from the new this movie, Pirates of Caribbean, and there I think I would go with a star, which is Jack Sparrow. What is your preference there?
It is my favorite out of the whole line, actually, Jack Sparrow. And that has to do with one of my new favorite elements at Lego, which is that decorated tile that it has. I think it's a slice of bacon, and I love bacon. So to me, it's a jewel in the whole series.
So I think this is always a process. You're working together in a team. But is there any build of yours which you have created in first place?
From these ones, not mine. I built the big white guy. Out of the first series, Austin and Pablo and Bjarga and Nick have been the some of the designers that have been mostly involved. I've been designing a lot of products that will come out in the future, which I'm very, very excited about, but I cannot say much about.
Always the same.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Austin can maybe put a word on his favorites.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I absolutely love the most is still Black Widow because of the whole situation with the hair. It took 3 designers to actually get the hairstyle right for her. And I would say out of all of them, she was probably the most complex to get right. But that's the reason why I love her so much. It was a real team effort for such a tiny, cute character.
We're training a lot of hairstylists at Lego right now. Yeah, there's always a lot of discussions around hair when it comes to these characters. We're seeing with the new products we're developing for the future, which are a lot of them, I can tell you that. There's a lot of different challenges coming in. You know, how do you do that kind of hairstyle, or how you do that other detail, or how do you do that backpack, or so and so on, and how you translate all those things into BrickHeadz. So there's a lot of interesting discussions, but hair is definitely higher than any other topic when it comes to BrickHeadz.
So I think you have to come to Billund again because of my hair when you're an expert. Right there we see kind of UCS BrickHeadz.
You never know.
You never know. So, but do you think that there could be another scale? Do you think it would work too?
You know, we are taking every step we take in BrickHeadz raises a new question. As I was saying, like, how do you represent that one thing about that character? So to answer the best I can to that question, I would say the possibilities are there, the options are there. We will always try to use whatever feature best represents the characters and the best way we can make the character right. So if the question of the scale really defines the character, who knows? Maybe we'll introduce different scales.
What do you think of all the amazing fan creations out there? So I was not, I have to say, not really thrilled when I first saw the BrickHeadz at the Comic-Con. Not like a Disney castle where I was sitting like smiling all day, I have to say. But then I built them, and as you mentioned, Joker's fun, Robin was fun, and Jack Sparrow was fun. So they're still out there. I didn't use.
Your love start growing for it, right? Yeah, that's what we hope as well. That people, as they start, giving it a chance and trying it out, they actually experience that it's a fun, very quick little build, and then in the end, you get like this cute character that you actually grow to love. It's like those ugly dogs that everybody thinks that they're ugly, but everybody loves them. I myself love, French bulldogs, for instance. I don't have one yet, but it's on my list of things to achieve in life is having my own French bulldog. And a lot of people come to me saying, but they're ugly dogs. I think that's kind of the same feeling. Yeah. You love them because they are a bit of ugly too.
And it's always a good sign. There are so many interesting parts in it. I haven't used them yet, so it's always a good sign if the sets are out there in my room. So this is the first wave, and many people ask me and wrote comments on our articles. There's a 1 on every single flat tile in front of the figures. So this means this is the first series, right?
Yes, this is actually to represent the first series. You're exactly right. So the idea was to communicate this is the first official wave. The Comic-Con ones was like a dip in the pool. It was like, okay, this is what's coming up. Exactly. And from there, this is what we consider the official first launch.
Yeah. So, of course, you cannot speak about future products, but if there is a first series and you print a 1 on a flat tile, there could be a second series. Am I right?
There could be.
We kind of set ourselves up for that kind of question.
I mean, I'm not really into statistics, but can you tell us a little bit about it, how the selling is going worldwide? I mean, you've been in Asia for a presentation, which was fun. I saw the live stream. Yeah. Is it going well, Europe, North America, Asia?
We are actually getting the first numbers have been coming in the last few weeks because the launch was only happened in March, and it was in a very restricted channels, D2C, and only now it's going to go broad, global launch. But the first numbers are very, very good numbers, and it makes everybody very excited in the project, and we're all very much looking forward to see how the numbers evolve. And and we hope to keep seeing growth in the excitement around BrickHeadz and the love for BrickHeadz. And the same has happened to you. People start loving them more and more, and hopefully collecting them all.
Yeah. Last time you told me I have to buy 2 more Disney castles because my girlfriend and my daughter likes it so much. So you're glad that you're involved in this process so far, and I think it all starts with one figure, but it's begin to have really input on the fans and to see it is growing. So I guess you love it.
Yes, of course.
What a question. Okay.
In many ways, actually, the birth of this product line really shows what Lego is all about. It took one single character, the passion for elephants and these colors that really sparkled creativity in so many ways around it. And all other people started creating different characters themselves and other IPs and so on. And it led to this product line. So it just shows that if you really allow yourself to just be creative and grab the bricks, anything can really come out of it.
You've told us in the beginning that you have built more than 300 different BrickHeadz.
So it was just for the start.
Okay, oh my goodness. So can you tell us which figures are out there?
We can't tell. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of, there's some obvious ones when you see that we have touched on Marvel superheroes, DC superheroes, and Disney properties. You could say that pretty much any character that belongs to those franchises have been considered or sketched up at some point. And then we have to be smart about defining our assortment. So then we have to pick up the ones we believe that are strongest, that could make a better impact, especially on the launch of a product line like this, so the first series. But you could guess that pretty much anybody that you don't see is standing either on my desk or somewhere near my desk.
Marcus is so professional, so I try there. Did you ever build a Lego Star Wars BrickHeadz?
Ooh, well, maybe as a fan thing, but as for this, my involvement was very much the first wave, and then I handed everything over to Marcus. So what he has in store next, who knows?
Who knows? Okay, then I quit here. The BrickHeadz are really fun. I've finished your Lego Ghostbusters headquarters a few weeks ago, and I was checking the manual instruction 2 times. There's one by one dark gray piece missing, and I didn't find out where it should be. Do you have any idea?
I have no clue. So you had one left, or it was missing in the box?
No, one by one dark gray piece, just a normal brick, was missing, and I checked and I double checked everything. The building is stable, but one part is missing.
Maybe is your floor gray? Maybe it's somewhere, I don't know. I really don't know. We're very strict when it comes to production, and we have a lot of check-ins to make sure that the parts are all in the box, but every perfect system has their failures every now and then. And so it could be, I'm saying that it's very rare, but it could be that in your box, one piece was not placed when it should have been placed. So maybe you got the special one.
Yeah.
You should be lucky.
I am, and it's a part of my collection now, and I'm also a big fan, again, of your Disney castle. It's part of our exhibition now, and it's standing in a mall. And the problem is, while I built up the Ghostbusters headquarters on the next box, about 10 people ask me, oh, what is going on in the back? Please tell me about every single fairy tale. Yeah, so this is do you know everything about all this? Then have you read about it? Or about what do you think when you have to put life inside those small boxes?
It's the most fun part of creating a model like that, I think. It was the same thing with the Disney Castle. You create all these empty spaces and you want to bring life to them. You want to bring stories that people can relate to, details that people can relate to. In particular with the Ghostbusters, I rewatched the movies just for fun. They are movies that I loved growing up and I watched many times, but I rewatched them, taking notes, taking screenshots of particular things. One example, for instance, was when they are hanging out in their dining area in the headquarters and you see the arcade machines in the background. You never really get to see them playing or using them, but they are there. And that was something that stood out to me, and I thought arcade machines, it's a great detail. And I happen to have one arcade machine standing on my desk that I built a long time ago. It's one of those things that we often have in our desks, ideas that whenever the time shows up, the opportunity shows up, we'll use it. So I had an arcade machine built somewhere next to my desktop, and I thought, well, that's the perfect timing. The same thing with the pool table. The original design of that pool table was built in 2009, before I even got hired for Lego. I built it in LDD. It was just for fun. I wanted to build it. And I had it online. The LDD file was available for free for people to build. So I don't know, people might have had it on their models long before that product came out. But I needed to build a pool table, and I thought, it's perfect. I'll bring this one back in. So it's definitely a lot of fun to bring those stories and the things that stood out the most to me when I was watching the movies.
You see, I'm a big Marcus Bessa fan, but please tell me about, you've switched, you've left Lego BrickHeadz team, so you're involved in which new project right now? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not a builder. I'm hired in as a graphic designer, so I focus on doing the printed tiles, the stickers, but most importantly, the minifigures. I'm the current designer for the minifigure collectible series. I started working on that project from the Disney one all the way up to now in the future releases. Originally, when I got hired in, I was working on the Lego movie, moved over to multiple other projects. When it comes to graphic designers, we have a bit of a flexibility of jumping from team to team. So the list of projects I've worked on is pretty large now, to the point where I can't remember everything. But like, I've helped with the dinosaurs for Jurassic World. I've done a little bit of work on the Disney Princess line. I've also done, as I said, a little bit way too much decorations, to the point where I can't remember everything off of the top of my head anymore. But designing the minifigure is definitely my favorite thing that I do.
It's great to see all the minifigs around. I'm a big fan of printed tiles, and we don't speak about stickers right now. No, because
it's not suitable for this project, and we don't have stickers, so we don't need to talk about stickers. So.
Of course not. Of course, that's really great. I've just rebuilt my old Metro liner. Everything is fine, but the stickers are there, and okay. But anyway, this is so great to see, Marcus. You cannot talk about future products, of course, but this is just. I mean, these are small builds, and normally in the last years you have been involved in the big ones. So can you just tell us if there is any big one, you know what I mean, is there any big idea coming in the future?
It's amazing to be involved in something this small for a change, because with big models comes big responsibility. With small ones too, but in a different level. And it's exciting to be involved in something so different than what I've been doing. It's also refreshing. But there is one new product coming out later this Christmas that I was involved in, and it's a pretty big one, and I'm excited about it too. But right now, besides that one that is coming in December, my main focus is BrickHeadz. Also because I'm trying a new role, I'm design lead, so I'm not only involved in designing models, but I'm handling a lot of the strategy behind the product line. I'm dealing with IP partners and the communication within from Lego with Marvel, DC, Disney, and other franchises that we are considering or working with. So there's a whole lot of new responsibilities, tasks, and so on, which is very exciting from a professional level, that allows me to grow and develop, but also takes my time from developing those big models. But then again, there's a whole lot of, we are almost 300 designers in this house, a lot of really great, capable hands out there, seeking for opportunities to show their talents as well. So you guys won't be disappointed with what's coming.
Okay, I have two last questions here. Now it's your chance to tell me why I should buy the Pirates of the Caribbean ship. I really, I love your last builds. Last year was amazing, and the Disney Castle still is one of my favorite builds of all time, beside all the Jamie stuff, but maybe it's on the same level. And if I say this, because it's such a beauty, such a great build. But I wasn't hyped when I saw the ship. That's maybe because I only enjoyed the first movie. So what is special about this one?
Well, have you had the chance to see the movie yet? The new one?
No.
First, I would start with that. I haven't seen the movie myself yet. I'm waiting for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to see it. I haven't had the chance yet. I'm not even sure. Is it out already? Or is it about to come out? Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I read the script back when I started working on the product, and I've seen some short clips of the preliminary animations of the ship. And I can tell you that the story is very exciting from a point of view of, I loved Pirates since I was a kid. I loved the first movie in particular, and I enjoyed quite a lot the following movies as well. I think they are great adventure movies as well. And in this one in particular, I think it comes back to, in many ways, to the roots of Pirates for me and the adventure that the first movie so resonated with me. And then on top of that, you have the most interesting, and this is a very special word to use here, most interesting ship that I could think of in the whole line of movies and ships that appeared in Pirates of the Caribbean, because not only it has a very iconic and distinguished look because it's all decayed and it came from the bottom of the sea, but you had others that had the same, like the Flying Dutchman, but this one is alive in many ways that others weren't. And I think that just makes it so much more different and exciting. And then from a builder point of view, I think it's really a challenging and interesting building experience. I think you would be surprised if you'd give it a shot to build it. It was a huge challenge for me to achieve the detail and the sort of look that it was supposed to have, but also on a technical point of view, to have the stability that it required to achieve the posability that we want in the model and so on, and the features it has. So I think all in all, it's a pretty exciting Lego product based on a very exciting story that I read. So I'm proud of it, and I hope you give it a shot.
Thank you so much. This was impressive. So last question for you. I guess you're from the United States, right?
Yes.
What do you think of the weather right now? So you come from a warmer area. We were yesterday on the top of a Lego house, and it was cold, and it was in Berlin 2 days ago, 32 degrees. So, it is fine for you to work it because of Lego, or do you think it's a nice area too?
It's definitely the company involvement for that. It's like I'm trying to be as nice as possible when it comes to the weather situations here. Yes, from the United States, I'm used to a lot of more seasons and a lot more sun. But luckily for today, we are definitely getting a lot of sun, so I can't complain about that.
The sun is shining and the BrickHeadz are here. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you again. Thank you so much.